welcome back. Real estate seems to be picking up, as reported by the Seattle Times and us. But what's always interesting about real estate is a lot of people, we've talked about, are pretty picky about the house they're going to buy. And oftentimes that doesn't need to be the case because, believe it or not, you can fix it. You can do things to a house that makes it personal, right? They can do some of those things. Perry Fleming joins us, Vice President with New Face Kitchen Systems. First of all, welcome, Perry.
Thanks. Nice to be here.
Well, it's nice to have you. And it sounds like you're kind of a radio. You've done this before. This is no problem.
Yeah, I've been on a couple of shows. I've had a friend of mine who was a DJ a while back. I used to hang out at his show. There's I don't know if you know her name's Tammy. She has a show that I've been on a couple of times too. But yeah, I've been here.
Well, welcome back, I guess, then, huh?
Thanks.
Well, Perry, let's just, let's talk a little bit about, and first of all, New Face Kitchen Systems is not just kitchens. You guys are actually a full remodeling company.
Absolutely.
And so you guys must really see, kind of, I would guess, we talked actually about the domino effects of grease a few minutes ago. You guys must see the domino effects a little bit of somebody wanting one thing and that dominoes to the next and the next and the next and the next.
Oh yeah, it's all connected. I have customers that when you talk about the economy here and there, I have folks that are on the fence and will actually tell me, I'm waiting to see what happens in Greece before I decide to write you that check.
Like, well, we already put the cabinets in, so if you wouldn't mind, they didn't come from Greece.
Right, exactly.
Is that a big problem that you see in it's just people who they get caught up in the swings and they get excited about a remodel, and then Greece comes up in the news, and then all of a sudden it's, oh my goodness, should we have done this?
Yeah, you do. You don't see it all the time, but there's definitely that the crowd that hangs on every word of what's happening out there before they make their next move. But for the most part, most of the customers coming through my door have decided that they're going to do something. They just don't know what it is yet or how much they're going to spend. What
are some of those big things? Now, a lot of people you said are actually it's either after they buy a house and they're going to go personalize it or fix it, or before they sell a house seems to be a big, to make it as nice as it can be on the block.
Yeah, definitely. Well, quite recently, I'd say in the last couple of months, most of the folks that I have gone to see personally have either just moved into, not a brand new house, but, one that's 10, 20 years old, and they want it to be nice, or they actually haven't moved in yet, but they've closed on the property, and they're going to do the remodel before they move in. And then on the other end of things, I have a lot of folks that have a house that, and these days, I don't hear anybody telling me that I've had this house on the market and it's not moving, I need to do something to it. They seem to automatically know that, until I do something to this place, I'm not even going to list it.
Because it's, 30 years old and it's got the green stoves.
Yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's fair.
True. And most of a house is 2x4s and drywall, but where the fixtures are, the cabinets, the countertops, the appliances, those are components that can be updated.
I imagine that you work a lot with people who are actually selling their house, and I think this is more interesting than maybe some people would think, because people, on this show we've talked at length about having to have a nice house because buyers have been picky. And, you have to really present a home as if it's really livable and almost move-in ready for a lot of today's buyers. Is that where you get a lot of influence then from what is selling in order to kind of create the plan for a house that is going to be sold?
Yes, definitely. Well, staging is a really important thing for resale or for new house sales. The customers that come to me that are putting their house on the market most of them have a binder put together already, and half of that binder are photos from magazines or literally open house brochures from other houses they've gone to see, and they say mine needs to look like this or as good as this, and this is what I want.
Does anybody ever decide to stay?
Sometimes, yeah. I get that once in a while. I'll have a customer that they like the house they're in, but they want something nicer, and they'll go out and look at what's in the market, and then I'll get a call about a month later saying, I looked at your proposal, and if I put that into this house, I'm still going to get more, because of the equity I already have than going out and starting fresh.
So, I mean, that's kind of a funny, conundrum, right? People find themselves looking to move, and then all of a sudden they realize, hey, we can actually make this like the magazine they were looking at.
Right.
So, what types of customers do you see the most of? Is it, do you get a lot of people who know what they want, who are pretty well informed, or do you get a lot of people who are just looking for education and tire kickers?
These days, I get more of the informed customers. I mean, they literally have a binder going already, and it's I have folks come in the door that.
Well, yeah, I mean, with the binder, they know what they want, right?
Yeah, they have the binder. They know
have pictures.
What they want. Mm-hmm.
Architectural Digest and Pottery Barn.
Right. Yeah, and they've maybe been to a couple of other places already. My company runs a lot on referrals and reputation, so some of the folks that I see know who we are and what we're about. So. They're looking to get the quality. Then on the other end of it, I have folks that have decided, look, I want to do something to this house, but I'm a complete loser when it comes to colors and styles. I need help. Guide me. And
be like me. I'm pretty much total loser when it comes to color and styles.
I know what I want. I just don't know what it is.
Right.
So, lead me through this.
Just make sure that at some point in time that, you're going to come out the other end of this process with the right colors and styles, especially if you're going to sell it. Because that's really where I think that becomes even more important, right?
Yes.
Is you have, it better be the right style and colors for the people who want to buy it. Not what I want, but what the next guy in the door is going to want.
This is kind of funny. I have the people that do this for resale. Believe it or not, that's one of the challenges I run into is it's personal to them. They are picking things. They know it has to be kind of in the mid-range because they want it to be resellable. But it's really hard for me to say, don't pick that because this isn't your dream house. You're going to buy another house. Let's do what's right for the market. They literally kind of get into, I want this and I want this and I want this and completely lose sight of the fact that they're not going to live there next year.
I guess you say it, I think, perfectly. There's that emotional attachment, right? I mean, the kids' pictures are probably still on the fridge while they're about to make the decision on the new countertops that they're never going to cook on again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I could see that. What about people who are moving in? I mean, I guess at that point in time, it's really up to them, personal preference and taste.
Yeah. Right now, I have probably more people that are remodeling a house that they're moving into than that are remodeling to put on the market. I've got quite a few projects that are already booked that they're renting a condo or a house somewhere else and aren't even moving in until the project's complete. And I'm seeing a lot of that right now, which is, to me, encouraging. Because, before, there wasn't that much around of that going on. We'd have, more of the customers that have been, had my ad on their refrigerator for 10 years and saving up for it, and we really want to do this remodel.
And you're like, by the way, you better throw away the pictures you had 10 years ago.
I don't know if that coupon's still valid.
Isn't that the truth? Although I'm sure somebody tries.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Hey, I got this. It's $12 off. Is that going to work?
If I have 10 of them,
can I put them all together? What about, when you start looking at what styles, I guess, are people getting into? It seems that the fancy chandeliers and it just seems like people are becoming a little bit more minimalist in their style.
Yeah, clean lines are really in right now. I don't see as much what I call gingerbread, which is the corvings and carbles and the real heavy crown. Now, if your house is
and the whipped cream and dots.
Exactly. If your house is not a contemporary house, if it's a classical design, we have to kind of stay in that vein. But the hot trend right now is contemporary. It's very clean lines, either a flat door or maybe just a simple shaker or craftsman type panel. Very straight edges on everything and not a lot of fluff.
And that just is that not only personal preference, but that's also what's selling?
It's both.
It's both.
Yeah. But people are driven by that. If you're looking at houses and you see what's out there, that's what you're going to see.
That's what they see in Architectural Digest.
Exactly.
We're here with Perry Fleming, Vice President of New Face Kitchen Systems. Perry, we have a few minutes left before we have to go to break. Talk a little bit more about how you actually match these projects to the architecture of a home, because when you're in a city like say in downtown Seattle, it's not cookie cutter homes. I mean, you could go up to Queen Anne and you could have different houses on every single house could have a different style all the way up and down the street. Same thing even more so, I think, on the east side.
Yeah, definitely more so on the east side. The nice thing about it, what we do is, we're residential remodel primarily. We're a family business. We've been doing this a long time. So I've had an opportunity to see just about everything that's out there.
You're busy, man. It's a lot of miles on a car, my friend.
It is. It's, somewhere between 6,000 and 7,000 projects since 1992. So, we've seen it all.
You've actually remodeled half the houses in Seattle.
Yeah, pretty much. From the outside of the house, you really can't tell what's going on in most of them unless it's, a glass house and you can see all the way from the front to the backyard. The way we kind of determine what's going to happen in there is, we don't want a clash. We don't want to walk in and, like I said, if you have the heavy duty moldings and the heavy carvings, I'll have something like yesterday. A customer told me, I really want a clean line, and she pointed out her front door, which has a little, what we call a classic 6-panel door. But I have to stay, within this architecture to make sure that it doesn't look like, they want it brand new, but they want it to fit,
Is that hard to do?
It is. It is sometimes. But fortunately, there's enough out there to choose from that, we can get something that's going to work for just about everybody. And that's really, the short answer is I come into a house and I look at the millwork. What kind of a door they have, the trim around the windows, general lines. And if you have a house that's got a lot of archwork or arcs or soft lines, you could do an arched panel door. If everything is more clean and straight and just kind of minimal, then you're going to want to follow that.
Well, I think that's also really good advice. Now, we're not the big on do-it-yourselfers. Mm-hmm. But I would bet that people are more prone to messing up the design aspect, maybe than any other part of trying to go in and do something themselves. And then they call people to fix it, so it costs them twice as much.
Oh, those are my favorite. I had one of those today. He started on the bathroom 2 years ago. And she finally said, okay, we're going over to New Face, and we're going to get this finished. And so, yeah, I get to do their bathroom. The thing
How bad was it? How much progress have they made over the last 2 years?
Well, they got everything torn out. It's kind of a shower.
And that's it.
That's pretty much it, yeah. There's water coming out of the wall and a drain in the floor, so it's kind of a shower, but that's.
If she's listening, she's loving this right now. She's just going, "Yep, I told you so, honey."
Yeah, I won't say who they are though, because they're friends.
It's actually just as funny without knowing them. Don't worry. In fact, I'd probably prefer it. So Perry, then you guys do a lot with teaching. We're really big on education on this show. That's why we give it all away. Mm-hmm. You guys do a lot of different seminars, and where do you do these seminars, and what are some of the topics you guys cover?
Well, we have we have a really nice showroom in Bellevue, and we do everything there. The seminars are once a month. It's the first Monday of each month, and it's actually a lot of fun. One of our kitchens in our showroom is a functioning display, and my mother is an outstanding gourmet chef, so her and I get together and we cook up a mess of unbelievable food, and then we put one dish on each display in the showroom, and then get out some wine, and give you a little tour of the place, so you get to eat as you're going, and then it ends up at that same working kitchen where my lead guy in my shop in Woodinville, his name's Rob Watson, comes in and does a demo for you. So we tell you a little bit more about our family, where we came from, what we do, how we got to where we're at, and then our process. Because we literally have a system, from start to finish, and it's taken 30 years to dial it in. But at the seminar, you're going to see us actually do a little refacing project from start to finish, so you can see how we would do it if we were doing it in your house. And then we literally build one of our cabinets, our engineered cabinets, from scratch, so we can explain to you cabinet construction and show you why this cabinet might be a different price than what you bought at Home Depot. or off the shelf at IKEA. So
I don't think anybody has to explain why things are more expensive than you get them at IKEA, but I'm sure that's the easy part of the presentation. Perry, how do people get involved in those summits? They sound like fun. I mean, anything drinking wine and eating food, I'm in.
It's a blast. Well, yeah, you're welcome to come. All you have to do is you can click in on our website and say, I'm coming, or just call the showroom, and they'll put you down.
And that's New Face Kitchen Systems, and what is your website?
It is www.newfacekitchens.com.
Perfect.
And we have before and afters on the site, and you can find out a little bit more.
All sorts of fun stuff to check out, and food and wine to boot.
And it's good.
And it's good food. I like how you continue. No, it's not just food.
Oh, believe me.
We're not talking. You're not talking Costco sandwich rolls or.
Yeah, no, this isn't beans and weenies. This is the real.
Well, Perry, thanks so much for joining us again. Perry Fleming with New Face Kitchen Systems. When we come back, we're almost. Well, I guess we are in the 6th month of the year. That is June, the 6th month, which means we're almost halfway through. Have you done much financial checkup for yourself? Do you have any idea? Have you done anything since you filed your tax returns, or maybe at the end of the year when you did some of your end of the year stuff? Well, guess what? It's halfway through. Boyd Scott's going to join us in just a few moments, and we're going to give you some more ways that you can stay current on your finances. We'll be right back after this break. You're listening to Brashenomics.